Okay, welcome to our frequency network sharing session. This session here is organized by Healy World. So I thank you once again for those who come back to the session again and again. It's really my honor to have you for this hour, and especially for those who have benefited. You come back and share how you benefited. That's really wonderful. Okay. Yeah, so the platform here, although we all know that Healy is very, very good, yeah, we cannot overpromise, okay? So we still have to use it in a rational manner, knowing exactly what we do, okay? Yeah, so this platform here is for educational purpose, okay? So use your discretion as you listen to the sharing over here, because at the end of the day, you have to have your own discretion and judgment to do what is best for you. Yeah. So all the sharing here should not be taken as advice or medical advice, because the Healy device is not intended to cure, to treat, mitigate, diagnose, or prevent any diseases or medical condition. So what we are doing here is we are using microcurrent and frequency as energy forms to harmonize and balance the bioenergetic and information field of a person. So today we are going to talk about what exactly is the bioenergetic field. Right. So as you know, the results will vary from case to case, person to person, because every condition is multifactorial. So we have to recognize that, and we have to be patient. Okay, patient with the expectation of results, because taking care of the body, taking care of the bioenergetic field is a lifelong responsibility that we all have. Okay, yeah. So the intention of the sharing session here today is to share my experience, how I use the Healy and MAGHEALY in my work. There are 101 ways, unlimited ways to use the application. So don't limit yourself, and also, don't tell others that, hey, so-and-so said you have to use it this way. So there is not a must use it this way. Play around with it, yeah, and I do the fusion. I learn from different people, and then I do the fusion method and try this and that. And then I listen to my body, what feels good, yeah, and what feels better. So I adjust from there. I hope you will do the same as well. All right. Okay, so for those who are here for the first time, a little bit about my own background. So I've been exposed to bioresonance energy medicine since 2017. So it's about 6, 7 to 8 years back. So I'm certified as a bioenergetics profiling coach with some background in professional counseling when I was in education. Okay, so I have transited to wellness, and a bit of what I've done in the past or learned in the past is the Chinese meridian system. So I have my background in biology, because I used to teach the A-level biology, and been involved in wellness education and training since 2012. Okay, so this is about me. So when I look at the Healy and the reports, I look at it at multi-layered. Yeah. So since I started sharing the Healy and building the business, I learned through interaction with my clients that there are some struggle in learning how to use the Healy properly. And therefore, I have compiled 5 books, all the information, all my knowledge into 5 books, and made it available to them and to everybody. Okay, so this is not a free to share resource. Yeah, the free resource that I have is here. Okay, in the YouTube channel, you can go to Use Healy with Christi, and Healypedia by Christi Wong. So these are all free resource for anybody to use. So I recorded questions that people ask so that, you know, it can be archived and then everybody can go there and learn. Okay. All right. Now, today, let's dive into the topic for today. Okay. We are talking about harmonizing the bioenergetic field. And you will see this word very repetitively in Healy: bioenergetic harmony, bioenergetic support. Yeah. So today we are going to find out, okay, how does this bioenergetic field come about? What is it? What is exactly this human bioenergetic field? All right. And then after that, we are going to talk about how the field actually get disharmonized. So what are the factors? What causes the damage to this field? All right. And because of the damage, then after that, we talk about harmonizing the field. Again, restoration of this field with Healy and MAGHEALY. All right. So basically, they're just three parts. Okay. So first is, what is a field? Okay, so a field is a three-dimensional space. We can't see it with our naked eyes, but it exists. All right, so I use the example of a flame here. So if you light a candle, there's a flame, right? So the flame is the actual physical thing over there. But you see the glow in the surrounding around the flame. That is the field. All right, so it exists, but you cannot touch, cannot define it. It's not physical. So our human field is also the same. All right, next example is we use the magnet. So we have used the term magnetic field, but if you look at the magnet, you can't see the field. Okay, but how to make it visible is if I place a piece of paper on top. Okay, then after that, what I do is I will take some iron filings, iron dust, and then I sprinkle around it. And what happens is you will start to see a pattern like this. Okay, so that pattern that you see outside, that's the field. Okay, so the field is 3D, 360 degrees around the magnet. So this field is not random, it's actually structured, organized, well organized. So for human, it's the same. When you look at me or I look at you, I don't see the field around that person, correct enough? But it exists in 360 degrees. Okay, so the earth also is the same. So the earth also have its magnetic field. Okay, or geofield, GEO, yeah? All right, so here, okay, so how did our field come about? So our body, which we are used to, is dense, 3D, is physical, we can hold, we can touch, so that's the organism itself. Okay, if you go deeper, this organism consists of organ system. When we say organ system, digestive system, respiratory system, skeletal system. So these are system. Every system consists of organs joined together, connected together. And then the organ, if you go deeper, is made of different types of cells called tissues. And then if you go deeper, it's a cell. So at one time, there was a lot of talk about cellular health. So from bodily health to cellular health, yeah? So now we are going deeper. Now within a cell, if you go deeper to its molecular and atomic level, that's where we are talking about the field. So the field is actually generated by the atom. Okay, so when we talk about using Healy and MAGHEALY to restore our field, we are going very deep right into the body to do the healing work, okay, the restorative work. So an atom, so if you have taken science, I think now primary school or the lower secondary school, you have learned about the structure of the atom. The atom actually consists of, right at the core, in the middle, you have neutrons, protons. Neutrons has no charge. Proton has a positive charge. And then you have lots of electrons circulating around it. Okay, so moving electrons. So when the electrons that carry the negative charge move around the orbit, okay, it will generate an electric field. So every single atom in the body is generating this electric field. Okay? Yeah. So when the electric field exists, along with it, the magnetic field will appear. Okay? Yeah, so they will coexist, electric field, magnetic field. So sometimes, why do we say electric field? Why do we say magnetic field? Okay, so electric field is due to the moving electrons. So when the electric field forms, then it will generate the magnetic field. All right, so the physics behind it, I'm not going to explain here, but you can go and read about all these physical laws if you want to. So we have two devices. Now, why do we have two devices? They are working on different fields. All right. When we use the Healy, the microcurrent frequencies and all that, we are actually harmonizing the electric field. This one here, the MAGHEALY is working on the magnetic fields. So on these two different fields in the body. Okay. So it's not visible, but it's there. So other than atomic electric fields, there are also other fields. Okay, I call it the universal energy fields that enters the body from the outside. Yeah. So this one here is the chakra system. So you have the crown, you have the forehead chakra, you have the throat and all that. So this is where the universal life force or energy fields comes in, down through the central axis of the body. So this field here allows us to actually connect to the cosmos, the universe. Yeah. And besides this, there are also other energy that is moving, circulating in the body, and that is through the meridian system. Yeah. So the chakra will create the auric field that is around the body, enveloping 360 degrees, like a egg cocoon, energy cocoon surrounding us, protecting us. Okay, and then the meridian will be circulating the energy all over us. So it is electrical in nature. Okay, so that's why when we wear the electrodes on the wristband, we usually actually put it on the acupoint, okay, so that the current will actually flow continuously through the meridian system, okay? Yeah, so this is the energy fields in the body. So collectively means it's sum total. The sum total of the field that is generated by all the atoms in the body, also generated by the chakra system and generated by the meridian system in the body. Collectively, it forms this shape. This shape here, the shape of our field here is known as torus. T-O-R-U-S, torus. Okay. Now there is one torus in the inner torus. Okay, it looks like a donut, or it looks like, you know, the what do I call the float, you know, when you swim, right? That kind of a shape. The smaller one is actually generated by the heart. You know, the heart actually project a lot of energy, and it create that field, that small field inside. All right, the whole body will generate the field on the outside. Okay, yeah. So the heart is a very strong force, okay, in our life. Yeah. Now this is diagrammatic. Is not as what you see here. Okay, this is just to help us to imagine that our field can actually get damaged, can get dirty, okay, can have wear and tear. All right, so this is only diagrammatic, so I'm not saying that exactly it will look like that. Okay, now there can be rips, tear, holes, leakages. So your energy can actually leak out, especially if you feel that you are constantly tired, no matter what you do, what vitamins you take and all that, you are tired, drained. Okay, yeah. So there could be holes, rips, tears where energy is lost. Okay, now we can also form attachment, energetic cords between ourselves and other people, other things that is around us, okay? Entanglements, and then it can become dirty, okay? The energetic waste that we have that is not purged or detox, so it collects in the field, okay? All right, so roughly that's an idea. All right, so we actually do need energetic bathing. We need to have a bath. We need to clean our field. Okay, yeah. So now, what I want to focus on today is how these fields get damaged. There are many reasons how the fields get damaged, okay? But I'm going to talk mostly about human to human interaction of fields, and that's how we actually affect each other. Yeah. So I want you to watch this particular video here. I'm not going to explain yet. You just watch the video and see what is the message that you get intuitively. And then later on, I will explain. I will break it down. Okay, so you just sit back and just watch. Very short, huh? Okay. All right. Now, I don't know whether you get the message and whether you see what's going on because it's very fast, but I feel that this particular video captured the message, you know, very well. Yeah. So it's about energetic exchange. When you shake somebody's hand, okay, you're actually exchanging energy. Okay. Yeah. So after I understood this, now I appreciate, you know, when they do the namaste, okay, you keep the energy to yourself. Yeah, when you do the namaste. Yeah, instead of shaking somebody's hand, there is transfer. And energy always flow from high to low. If the person is very, very negative, meeting another person who is positive, the negative energy will go to the other person. And then the positive energy from this high positive energy person will go to the negative energy person. So this is an exchange. So it will always flow from high to low. High negative to low negative, high positive to low positive. Okay? Yeah. So that's the exchange. Now, there are other exchanges. For example, if you are having lunch, dinner, having a meal with people, a lot of exchanges are taking place, okay, in the conversation. And then if you are gossiping, criticizing, all these are energetic exchange between people. If you go to the hospital, when you visit somebody, so all this, the field between people, when you are in close proximity, they will start to interact and exchange energy. Even when you give somebody a bear hug. Okay. Now, the other one is even in public places. Okay. If you're taking a bus, if you're taking the train, yeah. So if there are 100 people around you, if you go to a concert, there are 10,000 people in the concert, or if you go and watch a soccer game, okay? So what happened is all those people around you are constantly exchanging energy, all right? So energy exchange takes place everywhere, anywhere, all the time, okay? So for those who didn't catch it, I'll watch again and now I'll break it down with you. Okay, so the person here at the beginning is white, right? Okay, so that's how you start your day in the morning, right? Gratitude, wonderful life, you know. Then after that, you meet somebody, you complain, then you share about your anger. Okay, then you criticize here a little bit there, and then you share grief, you know, how are you, bitterness, okay, and oh, depression a little bit, and by the end of the day, by the time you get home, okay, you become black. All right, you're taking in all this negativity, and yeah, so it's like, wow, what a terrible sad life. Okay, so all these exchanges is taking place all the time, even now, even when I'm talking to you, even when I don't see you, okay, there are exchanges taking place. Okay, all right, so the energetic field, the extent of the disharmony of the energetic field depends on what? Depends on the intensity of the feelings. Okay, intensity of the feelings. So happy is good, positive. All right. If you're slightly grumpy, okay, or if you're very bitter, very angry, very unforgiving, wow, very, very intense. Okay. So the more intense, now I want you to notice the picture on top. Look at the field. A happy person have a nice, clean, good feel. All right. A grumpy person, a little bit of all the dirt and damage there. Now, when it comes to an unforgiving, angry, bitter kind of person, what happens is the field would have a lot of negativity. Okay. Yeah. So it accumulates. So every day when you do all this, it accumulate if you don't cleanse it. So we have to do a lot of cleansing. Okay, so that we can start fresh. Otherwise, it will just add on. Okay, now from the field to the body. Okay, at first it affects your field. It's not yet physical. So from the field, that means once the field get affected, start to become disharmonized. It takes time. Over time, it gets to the body. It goes inward and then it starts to affect you physically. Okay, so therefore, it depends also on the duration of your negativity. All right, if it's just one day, then after that you watch a comedy and then you laugh, you forget about everything. So that's fine. Okay, but if you were to mull on it, if you were to chew on it, you know, if you keep circling all this negativity in your mind, in your heart, the longer you dwell on all these things, the deeper it goes. It goes inside, and it starts to cause discomfort, pain, and then later on, diseases. Okay, so that's how everything starts from the field and then it goes inwards. So how fast it translates into the body depends on the intensity of the negativity and also the duration of the negativity. Okay, all right. So factors usually starts from your focus. Where you focus? Are you focusing on the half full or are you focusing on the half empty? How do you perceive your world around you? Thought patterns, the repetitive patterns, yeah? And then how you feel, okay? And then your physical body, all right? So we all start from, if you're happy and all that, your feel will be in harmony, then it goes into slight disturbance and eventually chaos. Now, can we reverse it? Yes. Okay, all it takes is positivity to reverse and harmonize the field. So it is reversible, and today we are going to talk about how does MAGHEALY reverses and restore our field again. Okay, yeah. So now I want you to watch this video, how the harmonization takes place. And what do we mean by harmonization? How does your field looks like? Different types of cells, because of the collection of different atoms inside every cell. So each cell, whether it's a liver cell, your eye cell, your heart cells, okay, because of the composition of atoms inside, they will generate a slightly different pattern of fields. Okay, so here, what I want to show you, this one has no sound, okay, you just watch. This is Marcus Schmicker, okay, showing us what harmony is, all right, and what disharmony is in the real field based on the frequencies, okay? Okay. Okay, so when you use certain frequencies, what are the changes to our field? Okay, so this is 2000 kilohertz. So our field starts to change and become like this. This is 2221 hertz. So when you move out, it will become disharmonized. And when you get close to, this is 2496, it becomes harmonized again. Okay, yeah, okay, thank you, Marcus. Okay, so that is harmonization. So whenever you see in the Healy, when all these frequencies starts to come out, this is what is happening. You know, the field starts to turn into all the nice shape. Beautiful. All right, the geometry, very, very nice. Okay, so that was a very short video, which you can actually go to YouTube and you can go and find that video. All right, now what I want you to notice here is, for those who missed out on the details, I want you to do the comparison. What is disharmony and what is harmony? Okay, so disharmony is when the field becomes distorted. Okay, harmony is structured. When it's nicely structured in certain geometry like this, that is harmony. Now, the harmony is very, very exact. Okay, you look at this. 1.9 kilohertz is messy like this. 2.22 kilohertz, it becomes very nice. So a slight disturbance can create a lot of distortion. Next one. Okay, the actual one is about 2.3 kilohertz. All right. Now, you see even a slight disturbance, 2.2, it goes out of shape, become disharmony. Yeah, this is 2.491. This is 2.496. So it's very sensitive. The change is very sensitive. So to maintain our field to be strong and stable requires our energy state to be very, very, very stable. Okay, a slight anger, a slight whatever is going to distort, okay, and becomes chaotic like this. Okay, all right. So this gives us the visual, you know, every time you see the numbers, okay, and right now is 764 hertz, yeah. So what do all these numbers means? All these numbers are actually fine-tuning our field so that by the time you finish your program, wow, you look like this, all the nice design in your field. Okay, now let's see what is happening when you wear your electrodes. All right, I'm using this diagram. So in the past are all the huge machine like this. This is a Bicom machine, which we now replace with our small little portable Healy. So when you put on your electrodes on your hands, what does it mean? Okay, so one of them is a positive, one of them is a negative terminal. It doesn't quite matter how you actually put it on. Usually, we put the positive terminal on the right, negative terminal on the left, okay? But even if you wear it wrongly, I don't think it's going to matter that much. It's basically just to complete the circuit. Okay, now, when I want you to think back, when you wear the wristband electrodes, which hand do you normally feel the tingling first? Is it both hands you feel tingling? Or is it your right hand that feels the tingling first, or the left hand that feels the tingling first? Do you notice the difference? Do you ever left, okay? Both, okay? Some right, some both. Okay. Right, left. Okay. All right, good. Left, sometimes no tingling. Okay. For me, it's usually the left. Yeah, for me, it's usually the left. Or you can try and see, all right, using the terminal, or you will switch the terminal, whether you will go to the other hand. Okay. Now, this is what happens. Now, one of the terminal is going to pick up the frequency that you are vibrating. Okay, so there's one that receive, and then it goes to the Healy. So it will receive from your hand, from the electrode, it will go to the Healy. The Healy will then read based on the database, which are the ones that is disharmonized. So it will start to pick up. That's the individualization. When you see the individualized, so this is what is happening in the individualization stage. It will pick up one by one all the frequencies that you are emitting, and then it will go through the database. And then from the database, it will see how much disharmony is taking place. Some are slightly disharmonized, okay, they will put under one category. Some are very, very disharmonized, they will put under one category, okay? And then after that, okay, the sorting will go through the device, and then out comes the frequency. This one is the delivery. This part will do the delivery, okay? So usually the left hand is the one where energy comes out, and then the right hand is usually where the energy actually comes out from us. Okay, so if you put the electrodes on your right hand, this electrode here will be picking up whatever that is coming this way. All right, so the right hand electrode will pick up your frequency. You will go to the device, and then it will come to your left hand and deliver, because this is the part where it's incoming. Okay, so the frequency will come in to your left hand. That's why most of us, okay, feel the tingling on the left hand. Okay, for me, I've never felt the tingling on my right hand. Don't know why. It's always the left. Yeah, so it's coming in this way. So it's giving you that way. So that's how the circuit is completed. So your body sends out to your right hand the frequencies that you are vibrating, all your thoughts, positive, negative, everything, it will be able to pick up. So it goes to Healy, and then Healy will then sort them out. And then after that, give you the solution. Yeah, and what does the solution do? The frequency that comes back to you will now comes and influence your field, the frequencies, and try to match it. Okay, and try to match. Yeah, all right, okay. So therefore, it will neutralize. If it's negative, it will neutralize it. And then if it's slightly distorted, it will try to do the repair and restore the harmony again. Okay, so this is what is taking place during when you wear the device. Okay, so I'm showing you in the Healy. In the first 20 minutes, the Healy program is usually about 60 minutes. Okay, 60 minutes. Yeah, so in that 60 minutes usually is divided into 3 phases, about 20, 20, 20. Okay, now the first 20 minutes, if you haven't noticed, the next time you run a program, watch it, look at it, and try to understand what's going on. The first part here is individualization, okay, where it's receiving from your body and is trying to sort out. So those that are disharmonized slightly, they will give a 10 seconds short pulse, 10 seconds. So you will see this number, 671, for example, you really count. Every time a new number appears, you go and count. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's about 10 seconds. So it's giving you 10 seconds of 671, then 10 seconds of 903, 10 seconds of 111, okay, 10 seconds of 0.5 and all that. These are short pulses for those fields that are just slightly distorted. So you don't need to do a lot of work. All right, so 10 seconds, 10 seconds, it will do the restoration. So these are for the easy to repair. Now the next stage, the next phase, you will see a frequency and a percentage. All right, so these are for those slightly more stubborn where you need more than 10 seconds to work on it. Sometimes this can take 10 minutes, 5 minutes to actually top it up. All right, so they have categorized the easy to solve one. Go first. Finished already, right? All the easy to solve one. And then now is the hard to solve one. Difficult to harmonize one. Okay, so they will work on 3 different frequencies. Yeah, so it can be 4 hertz, and then the next one could be 100 hertz, and the next one could be 0.5 hertz. So you will see that it actually starts from -99, and then it goes up to -80, and then it goes up to 20%. Then after that, it goes up to 80%. Yeah, and then after that, it goes up to 99%, and then no more. The frequency is gone, and then it will be replaced by another one. Okay, all right. Now, sometimes it goes all the way up until 80, and then suddenly, pom, it plunged to 20% again. Okay, so that means it's trying to do the restoration, but it's stubborn. Okay, it does not restore so easily. So that's why they are going up and down, up and down, up and down. So sometimes it stays fixed at a certain frequency for a long time, although they were trying. Yeah, so those are fields, okay, that are distorted more severely, more chaotic. So therefore, it takes a longer time, or sometimes it is not responding at all. Yeah, okay. So this is what is happening during this phase here. And then when it comes to third phase, and sometimes if you don't have a lot in the middle, this phase here, if you don't have a lot, you find that the programs can actually end much earlier. Instead of the 52 minutes, it probably end 45 minutes because it's an easy job. You don't have a lot of highly distorted fields, so therefore they complete the job easy. Now, when it comes to the last part here, you see a lot of kilohertz. Suddenly, all the very, very high frequencies towards the end, usually it's the last 20 minutes or so. All right, so this one here is back to the 10 seconds again. 525 kilohertz, 10 seconds, and then after that, the next frequency, and then the next frequency. All right, so this one is stabilizing. All right, strengthening, stabilizing, because you have it's like you have dressed up, you know, you have put on your makeup, put on your lipstick, put on your eye makeup and all that. You're so well made up, you're beautiful already. So your feel is nice and beautiful. So the last 20 minutes, okay, is to make it strong, stable, and also to stimulate the inner brain, thalamus, and all that. Okay, now you can actually start doing all your internal work. Okay, yeah. So this is the progression of the 3 phases in the Healy 2 app. Okay, so if you haven't really noticed this, okay, you can actually watch the whole entire process. Okay, now sometimes, of course, the kilohertz thing can appear in certain programs, will appear in randomly, all right, in all the different stages is possible. Okay, yeah. So any of this program, all of this, all of the MAGHEALY programs, all of the Healy programs, including the resonance databases for all the emotions, the Alaskan, GEM, bug flowers, bush flowers, plant power, creative homeopathy, courage, personal growth, all of them has that database of frequency to match. So when they match that you need them, okay, they will find your top 5 and then give it to you for that particular day. All right. Okay, so at least now when you use, you kind of have a visual picture of what's going on. It's actually beautifying you, yeah, dressing you up. All right, now the other one that is only found in the obsidian is the energy cycle. All right, so the energy cycle works on the bioenergetic field, okay? So on all these areas here, okay? All right, so including the distortion. Last week, we talked about geopathy and how geopathy can actually cause a lot of disturbance if you are sleeping directly on top. Then we talk about the constant disturbance by Wi-Fi, 5G, electrical devices, phone, and all that. So all these are constantly disharmonizing our field, all right? And then abundance, to boost abundance. Spiritual energy, that means to connect to the cosmos, to the universe. It will be the whole entire chakra system. This is the portal that connects us all the way up. Okay, and then the rest would be all the other different interaction that we have, okay, to protect ourselves against the disturbances. Yeah, so if you are interacting with people, we talk about the bioenergetic defense before. Bioenergetic defense, that is a subtle, so that will also create that protective cover around your energetic field so that you don't easily form energetic cords. You don't easily get the rips and tear. Okay, so put the band-aid to seal, and then energetic cleansing. Okay, yeah. So all this, like here, energetic cleansing. So all the stagnant energy, all the residual stuff and all that. So you can use this, the energetic cleansing. Yeah. So in MAGHEALY, you also have programs for that energy clearing, all that, which you can use to actually do our energetic detox or bathing at the end of the day to bathe. When you're using the aura, okay, aura programs, you are also doing your energetic cleansing. Okay. All right. Okay. So yeah, if you know how to protect your bioenergetic field, and you know how to play with all this energy, so basically it's a very, very powerful force that we have. Okay. Yeah. Whether it's your health, if you have health challenges, we are not talking about healing the physical body. We are going to the atoms, and then we are harmonizing all this so that it translates later on to changes in your physical health. Okay, so this is not a direct working on your physical body. We are working on the field because the body starts from the disturbance in the field. So now when we correct the field, it will have the ripple effect over time, definitely on your physical health. So the physical health will improve. Yeah. So, yeah. So this is how we use the bioenergetics on health, okay, on your relationship with money, with finance, okay. So you look at your abundance in terms of money, which is also a form of energy. So your channel, is your channel blocked? So if your channel is blocked, your receiving is limited. Yeah. So what we need to do is, instead of merely just working hard, so yes, we work hard, but instead of working hard and seeing no results, then you might want to see that there are blockages, okay, in the energetic field, or there are rips and tears, leakages, okay, that is weakening the energy, that prevents you from connecting straight to the source, which is to divinity. Yeah. So in terms of your relationship, if there are challenges in relationship, instead of expecting the other person to change, okay, you are like this, you are like this, you are like this. So what we can do is we can strengthen our field. All right. So when we strengthen our field with, let's say, creative homeopathy, plant power, essential oils, bug flowers, bush flowers, and all that. So when we strengthen our field with this, when it interact with negative people, okay, so we have more positivity to give to them. So our field, without you having to say any word, just by being in their presence, the field can do the communication. All right. So there's no need to actually have tension, to fight, to argue, and all that. So if you know that the bioenergetic field controls everything, in your surrounding. If we were to just work on our bioenergetic field, so our field will start to influence. Yeah. So you will find that just by strengthening your field, people become nicer to you. Yeah. You start to have favors from people. Okay. Yeah, because you are influencing them. Okay. Yeah. So we don't have to go head on and clash. Okay. Because why? As your fields get cleaner, stronger, when you connect straight to divinity, your manifestation becomes faster. You start to see energy shift. You start to see more and more goodness that you're attracting into your life. Yeah, so that is conscious manifestation. Yeah, using the field. So work on the field, strengthen the field. All right, so the field also connects you to the rest of the world. So whether it's business, okay, or your personal life or whatsoever, so it helps you to reach out to more people. So from individual, yourself, to your family, to your friends, your colleague, to the world, to Mother Earth, and then to the universe, to the cosmos. All right. So if each of us, through Healy and MAGHEALY, work on strengthening and stabilizing a harmonized field, if all of us in the whole entire world starts to light up like the candle, the glow becomes bigger and bigger and bigger. Yeah, so the energy of the Mother Earth, and then eventually the energy of the universe, the cosmos, will expand and rise. Okay, so that is what it means by using devices like this to actually raise our consciousness. Okay. Yeah, so in one of the early conference that I attended, it was in Singapore. It was the opening ceremony of the APAC office. And somebody asked, about using the Healy daily, would there be any side effects, damage, or, will there be too much and all that? Marcus Schimicker, he mentioned that we can use in peace, all right? He said, in fact, the more you use, the more love you have, the more compassion you have, and the closer you get to divine, whoever the divine is. So you define what is your source, your divine. Okay. So he said that in the programs are embedded the frequencies of love, the frequencies of compassion. Okay. So as we use it, we are actually expanding our bioenergetic field, making it stronger and making it creating more impact, okay? Not just for our lives, but for the people around us as well, okay? Yeah. So, yeah. So all thanks to Marcus Schimicker. And if you share and resonate with his vision to raise human consciousness, okay, I think that is what he wants to achieve with Healy and MAGHEALY. Yeah, that we can all strengthen our bioenergetic field through the electric field going right to the core, and also the magnetic field. All right. So our whole entire bioenergetic field will actually expand. Okay. Through this expansion, you will see changes in yourself. You will see changes in your thoughts, in the way you perceive the world. Okay. In your love, your compassion, your acceptance towards people. So you will start to see this changing day by day, bit by bit. Okay. Yeah. So we become better and better. All right.